Before this video begins, I get every single one of my informations from the Discord server you will find in the description, so feel free to check them out because they're doing an amazing job. Let's roll. Have you ever wondered about a premium tank that would mix both this tank you're seeing on screen right now and this one? Because wargaming is about to make it. Bonjour everyone, Pantoufleee here today for a new video in which we're going to talk about leaks, in which I am going to present to you a new premium wargaming is currently working on, a new premium that will probably be a great one to play because of its original gameplay and playstyle overall. You're going to see it through this whole video, but basically we are getting something original enough not to be common among the tier 8, tier 10, pretty much every single tier in this game. Because the tank I'm about to present to you is a tier 8 medium tank, and it's an American one. It's called the Astron Rex and it looks like this. I agree with you, it definitely looks a little bit weird. And I think that you already know where the weak spot is located, because when you have such a big cupola, it's definitely not just an aesthetic thing. It's probably to avoid having a tank that has such a strong armor in the turret that it's impossible to penetrate it when it's in all down. But do not worry, even if, yes, you feature a cupola that at first view tells you, ooh, that tank seems to suck, it's definitely not the case, because the statistics, are just great. Because this tank is already available in super test in World of Tanks PC. And it seems like all of a sudden World of Tanks Blitz really wants to get as close as possible to World of Tanks PC, maybe because they fear Tank Company or just because they are running out of ideas. I don't know, but it's for the best because that thing is truly great. So the whole name of it is Astron Rex 105mm. And basically it's equipped with a 105mm gun that is an autoloader and not your regular autoloader with maybe 2 or 3 shells. Here you are packing 5 shells in the magazine, at least in World of Tanks PC, but it comes to a price, that price being a huge auto reloader overall time reload or autoloader reloading time. 37 seconds for a whole clip and 4.5 seconds between shells on the tank. It means that in one full reload, you will not be able to unleash all your shells within 1 minute. At first, it seems like it's totally useless, but I want to remind you that all tanks that are coming from World of Tanks BC into World of Tanks Blitz are kind of modified in order to fit the aggressive and fast playstyle. So my guess is that for this tank specifically, the auto loader reload time is probably going to drop off to 25 seconds per for the whole clip. And with it, maybe something like 3 seconds of reload between shells. And if wargaming is really harsh on the tank, maybe 4 seconds. If it's the case, we're going to have something that is close to what we currently have on the AMX 5100 that features 2.1k DPM. But here it's going to be a little bit different, because unlike having maybe 3 shells in the magazine, we're going to have 4 and even 5, let's say, if wargaming is really going crazy with the tank. But on top of that, let's say that it's going to be a supportive tank, because obviously when you have such a big reload time, you don't want to mess at the front line, because otherwise you're gonna get killed. On top of that, the tank doesn't feature the greatest armor ever, because on the hull you are literally penetrable by everyone everywhere, and on the turret, even if it states that you have 220mm, I want to remind you that you have a big cupola, which means that if you do not manage to hide it, which is going to be extremely complicated, people will penetrate that thing all the time. So why would you want to play such a tank when you already have in the game access to multiple autoloaders, some more armored, maybe some more mobile? Because this one, first of all, features more shells than the one you already have. For example, if you already have an Emil 1951, you only have 3 shells in the magazine, whereas here you will probably have 4. Same for the AMX 5100, 3 shells instead of 4. And now the second thing is the mobility, because the Emil 1951, the AMX 5100, all those tanks are heavy tanks, and obviously heavy tanks are not meant to go as fast as mediums. Here you have the gun of an AMX 5100 enhanced by the 1 more shell in the magazine, plus the mobility allowing you to relocate if needed. And of course, if you do have that possibility, you will become a nightmare on the battlefield, because here you have the perfect balance between a support tank because of your 4 shell reload, your intra-clip reload of 4 seconds, sorry, and at the same time your ability to push forward and play aggressively if needed because of your mobility. In definitive, you will have the role, not the role, but the choice between the support and aggressive role. And this is the kind of things I'm seeking personally when I'm buying a premium tank, beside obviously the premium factor and the credit coefficient. Now, of course, everything I'm telling you is subject to change because, as I already mentioned, World of Tanks PC and World of Tanks Blitz are working differently. And of course, in order to suit expectations in World of Tanks Blitz, Wargaming will have to modify the tank that is already available in World of Tanks PC when it comes into World of Tanks Blitz. Now, one last thing before ending what I wanted to say about this tank. The flexibility is not only about the mobility, but also the reload time, because I want to remind you of the reload time, the gun depression. I want to remind you that it's an American tank, and as it's the case with pretty much every single American tank, you do have between 8 and 10 degrees of gun depression. And if it's the case, not only are you going to be mobile, you are also going to be versatile, because you will be able to work on pretty much every single map World of Tanks Blitz has to offer. So it gives you a great bonus and advantage over your opponents. And of course, every single one of those aspects I'm telling you is balanced by the fact that you take so much to reload your whole clip, and you also take a lot of time between your shells, which means that even if you do have 5 shells in the magazine, you are not meant to use all of them at the same time. You are meant to use that in case of extreme urgency, but if it's not the case, you are probably going to stick to 3 shells before having to reload, because otherwise you are going to become ineffective on the battlefield. And all of those things are, in my opinion, balancing the tank enough for it to be a great one, only in the hands of the right player. So in definitive, based on what we have currently in World of Tanks Blitz, you could expect a T69 with a bigger firepower, but also a bigger reload time and a better mobility. So in definitive, something that will, in my opinion, totally annihilate what remains from the T69, because obviously it's not the best tank currently, and if you see nobody playing it, that's for a reason, and a good one, because that tank is not currently suitable for the playstyle. So yeah, I'm kind of hyped for it. Tell me your opinion. I would be curious to know what you guys think about this mighty thing that should be coming out probably within 2, let's say maybe even 3 updates or something like that. So expect it in 3-4 months, because it's not, or just entering stupid test right now. But I don't know, I'm just hyped because obviously it's going to be a brand new tank with brand new mechanisms. And it's the first time, if Wargaming really does it the way they intended, that we are going to get something that will actually have more than 4 shells in the magazine. That would be a premiere, and obviously, if Wargaming is testing such a mechanism, it also means that they have a plan for something bigger that will probably feature one hell of a great tank. I don't know yet what they could implement that has more than 5 shells in World of Tanks Blitz, beside the Waffenträger E100, but I don't think it's going to be the tank we're gonna get. Now, to finish off what I'm saying, I'm probably gonna get totally bullied by that guy, which is kind of a shame, because I'm pretty sure I would have been able to do something a little bit better, but hey, I died at 3k damage. It's already great within the first 2 minutes of the game. Could have been an ace tanker if I did not fail. I was not expecting all of them to be here, to be honest with you. But hey, that's life. So, the Astron Rex, yes or no, time would tell us. But for me personally, if it comes out as intended, it's going to be a big yes. Hopefully you enjoyed. If that's the case, feel free to subscribe, like, and share. And personally, I'm gonna see you soon for a new video. Bye.